This is Barbara DeLong, and I painted and channeled the Cosmic Deck of Initiation, which has recently been re-released, along with a handbook that gives detailed instructions on how to use the deck, and most recently, the digital app for those of you who want to use it on your cell phones. Because this is not your ordinary tarot or oracle deck, I thought it important to give you a hint as to the kind of information and material you can get from the deck. While it can, of course, be used for prognostication, its original intent was for those who are on a personal spiritual journey and seeking insight and wisdom that has been carried within for eons of your spirit's journey. The deck enables individuals to become their own master teacher, learning from that which has personally been gathered over time and not following another's teaching or pathway. The spirit's journey is unique unto each individual, so information will always be unique, and the interpretation and application as well will differ. The deck is very personal, and the more you use it, the greater it will serve you. I'm sharing the meaning of one of the cards to give you a hint as to the kind of information they will share with you. For further information, you can go to cosmicdeckofinitiation.com, and the link will follow the meaning of the card. Enjoy and learn. You have drawn the Foundation card. This card represents the root chakra. It symbolizes the foundation upon which life has been anchored and the depth of strength that supports us. In some ways, it is our ability to survive the chaos of our own evolution. To me, this card symbolizes the foundation, usually in a spiritual sense, the stability upon which we build and the inner strength that is there for us if we but reach for it. Changes within have brought a new foundation and direction in the environment, the creation of a new framework from which to grow. There has been a recommitment to the evolution of the self, new beginnings, the birth of a new aspect within the self. There has been new connections with the source. The feet are firmly planted and new awareness is available. This card is in many ways a harbinger of changes of direction and inner focus. Though it may mean there is a lot of work ahead, it's focused on the stable foundation so that you can indeed reach for the stars if that's your choice. This card indicates changes, and they're all good, for the foundation is there for you to grow on. This card is an indication that your physical and spiritual energies are working together in congress, and that whatever you start will support your progress. Sometimes the foundations are inner, and at others they're in the physical. All of them signal growth and evolution within this lifetime. If you are working with the pyramid spread and your card falls in the body health circle, it's time to go back to basics. Make sure your foundations are solid and secure before you start building castles in the sky. It's time to start thinking of what your next steps will be. Keep a journal as to what you want to draw to yourself in the future and make it explicit. The more explicit it is, the easier it is to bring it to you. Take a look at what and how you are putting into your body. There may be a tendency to follow old patterns that no longer apply to you. Often we need to adjust our eating habits to apply to the stress or lack thereof in our lives and diets. Watch those old habits. They may slow you down a bit in the future. And water is very important. If your card falls in the circle for the future, it appears that change is in the wind and creativity is opening the doors for greater expanse in the near future. Make sure all your I's are dotted and T's crossed. Try not to rush to completion, for that might send you back to square one and a new start. The aspect of newness is within your energy field, and this will focus you on new endeavors. This is a time to complete old projects before new ones are started. If you don't, finances may be really challenged in the future. It appears that there may be loose ends that have been ignored. Please tie them up at least at least they trip you in the future. If your card falls in the career finances circle, it indicates that for the future, the old saying of KISS, keep it simple, stupid, applies. This is not suggesting that you are stupid, but rather others connected to you and shared projects are rushing ahead without appropriate background material. Foundations are being laid. Make sure they are firmly founded. This may well be a time when you might want to take a look as to where you see yourself in 5, 10, or 20 years. There is a possibility opening you to further education, but don't panic. Whether it's formal or not is not clear, but there is a yearning within that draws you forward to new and different beginnings. Finances will flow when the direction is clear, and often the amount needed comes your way in unexpected forms, in unexpected ways. Don't try to force an event if it is not time. If your card falls in the circle for the mind, you are creating the foundations for further efforts that will require you to stretch yourself and perhaps even consider another direction for your life. The element of changes and challenges comes up here, and you find that they open the inner doors that you didn't even know were there. A Winnie the Pooh quote applies here. It's amazing where he sneaks in, isn't it? You are stronger than you seem, braver than you believe, and smarter than you think. New endeavors open you to challenges that seem more than you can handle. Please remember, nothing is ever expected of you that you can't overcome. This is a time to be open to possibilities that will come your way. This is not a time for partnerships of the mind. Let me say that again. This is not a time for partnerships of the mind. What you create, you can manifest, and it will be stable. There are times when thinking can get in the way. Sometimes you don't trust yourself as much as you should, and often you will seek for someone else to help you along the way. When something comes your way, you're capable of doing it and handling it yourself. This is not a time for partnerships. Hear that again. Not a time for partnerships. If your card falls in the circle of love, new beginnings are always magical. And even if it is a renewal, it can be magical in a different way. The element of love is a magnet, and make sure that what you draw to yourself is as complete as you are. Moving into new areas and exploration of new aspects with you is very exciting. The one absolute is that everyone continues to follow their own individual dreams and bliss. When this is balanced, life can be amazing. This is a foundation time. Everyone must continue to follow their own directions and pathways. If one gives up theirs in order to help the other, the balance is gone and will spiral out of control. This is a time of sweetness in this aspect. Nurture it, celebrate it, enjoy it, and the ride. If your card falls in the circle for spirit, it indicates that there is a celebration of spirit as new endeavors are opened up, new chances to stretch and learn from. The creation of new directions opens one to greater creativity, and that gives the spirit greater opportunities to manifest within your reality. Growth of any kind allows the spirit to touch new elements of reality and new potentials for expression. Creating a new foundation of any kind within your reality is also a new avenue of expression for the spiritual aspects within you. The integrity and truths that come into play as new foundations are formed gives the spirit a greater platform to experience and manifest from within your reality.